Have you ever stopped to think that something as simple as the objects we leave on our bed could profoundly impact various aspects of our lives? For many, the bed is merely a place to rest, but in reality, it holds much greater significance. According to Buddhist teachings and feng shui practices, our environment is filled with energy, and the bedroom, especially the bed, is one of the most powerful focal points of this energy exchange. This space where we recharge our strength must be protected and kept free from any influence that might block the positive flow of energy. Today, we're going to explore which objects should never be left on your bed and the reasons behind each one. This ancient wisdom helps us understand how small choices and daily practices have the power to transform our well-being. These teachings have been passed down through generations, and even though they come from Eastern traditions, they offer us practical and universal lessons to achieve prosperity, balance, and health. With the tips we'll cover, you'll be able to transform your personal space into a true sanctuary of peace and renewal. And here's a special invitation for those of you seeking more prosperity and good energy. If you want to attract abundance into your life, comment below with the phrase, "I accept the energy of abundance." This comment is more than just a message. It represents a commitment to change, a step toward a more harmonious and prosperous life. By the end of this video, you'll have all the guidance and tips needed to incorporate these teachings practically. Throughout the next few minutes, we'll see how these objects don't just disturb the restful environment, but can also deeply interfere with sleep quality, emotional balance, and even the opportunities that come your way. Imagine the impact of removing energy barriers that we didn't even realize were there, blocking our peace and success. Each of the items we'll mention has a specific impact, and some of them, though they may seem harmless, can symbolize deep issues for the energy flow in our home. Get ready for a fresh perspective on your sleeping space. We're going beyond mere organization. Here we're talking about something that profoundly touches your quality of life and how your environment can either uplift or weaken your intentions, your peace of mind, and even your finances. By understanding and applying these teachings, you'll be creating a solid foundation for your life to thrive, attracting the positive energies you desire. Our journey begins now, and by the end, you'll have all the tools needed to make your bedroom and your bed true allies in your path to prosperity. In Buddhism, everything around us is energy, and this energy directly influences our life, our well-being, and even our finances. Perhaps the most important aspect these traditions teach is that the way we organize our environment can either facilitate or block the flow of this energy, impacting the harmony and prosperity in our lives. A fundamental concept in this context is qi, or life force, which flows through the environment and must be free to circulate, especially in the space where we rest. The bed, from a Buddhist and feng shui perspective, is a point of energetic renewal. While we sleep, we not only rest our bodies but also recharge our life energy. And it's during this process that our body processes what we've experienced, releasing negative charges and absorbing good vibrations. When the bed space is cluttered or, even worse, filled with objects carrying other intentions and energies, this process is disrupted, causing discomfort, fatigue, and in more extreme cases, even attracting negative events like missed opportunities and financial problems. In feng shui, the idea of energetic harmony is applied to every corner of the home, especially to organizing the bedroom. According to this practice, stagnant or misdirected energy can transform our rest into a negative experience instead of one that provides renewal. The bedroom, and especially the bed, should be a place that invites peace, where we leave behind the stresses of the day, and a space that is clean and intentional. Each object carries its own intention, its own energy, and if we don't pay attention to what we place on our bed, we end up allowing distractions and energy obstacles to interrupt our rest and weaken our focus. When we think of prosperity and well-being, Buddhism reminds us that our environment needs to be in sync with our growth desires. Imagine, for example, a bed full of unrelated objects. Each item placed there, no matter how insignificant it may seem, has its own energy that competes with the purpose of rest and renewal. For many traditions, including feng shui, money, work documents, or items used outside the home should never be brought into the bedroom, as these objects don't share the serene energy we want to reach during sleep. Each one represents an activity or concern from the outside world, which, when brought into the bedroom, ends up blocking the flow of restorative energies and inviting elements of distraction and worry. Another important point is respecting the space where we rest. Buddhism and feng shui speak of a practice of reverence for the environment that shelters us. When we enter the bedroom with a clear intention of rest and renewal, we are sending a signal to our subconscious that this space is sacred and should be preserved. The simple act of avoiding certain objects on the bed and in the bedroom is already an exercise in self-care and respect for our own well-being. By doing this, we are putting the Buddhist teaching of mindfulness into practice, that is, being attentive to what surrounds us, keeping a space free from influences that could affect us negatively. This understanding also touches on the idea of how small daily practices can make significant changes in our lives. When we apply these teachings to our living environment, we create a cycle of positive energy that not only enhances our well-being, but also strengthens our ability to attract prosperity. In Buddhist teachings, prosperity isn't something that just happens. It's a direct reflection of our intentions, actions, and the care we take with what surrounds us. Thus, by eliminating unwanted energies and creating a space of peace, we are symbolically making room for new and positive things. And this is precisely what we'll see in the following sections. Which objects are considered disruptive to this energetic flow, what impacts they can cause, and how to avoid them. This will give us a practical understanding of how to harmonize our personal space so that it aligns with our growth and balance intentions. Each item, no matter how ordinary it may seem, carries an energetic charge that can, without us realizing it, interfere with our health, our rest, and even our finances. Now that we understand the importance of our environment and how it directly influences our prosperity and well-being, it's time to talk about specific objects that should never be left on the bed. Each of them interferes with the flow of energy and, in subtle ways, can block positive vibrations, bringing unwanted consequences. We'll start with the first two items that, according to Buddhist teachings and feng shui practices, need to be kept away from our resting space. Electronic devices like cell phones, tablets, and laptops are constant companions for many people. But these items carry an energy very different from the calm and restorative energy that the bed should hold. Furthermore, electronics emit electromagnetic fields that can interfere with sleep quality and the energy of the environment. Even when turned off, these devices retain a certain level of charge that creates a disruptive field around them, something that, in feng shui, is considered a blocker of vital energy. From a Buddhist perspective, excessive use of electronics can disconnect us from the practice of presence. The bed should be a place of peace where we disconnect from the demands and noise of the outside world. When we allow cell phones or laptops to be close while we sleep, we are symbolically inviting worries and distractions into our time of rest. The presence of these items, even if not consciously noticed, creates a subtle agitation that can make tranquility difficult to achieve. The alternative here is simple. Leave these devices charging outside the bedroom, or at the very least, keep them away from the bed. Another item that seems harmless but can have a significant energetic impact is money. Coins, bills, or even a wallet near the resting area carry a financial vibration, something that, in the sleep environment, represents a distraction and an incorrect energetic charge for that space. In feng shui, the bed is a place of renewal, and bringing money into this environment can disrupt that flow. Keeping money close to your pillow, for example, creates an energy of loss, and where, as if you are, unknowingly, symbolically spending your own energy during sleep. This teaching is also reinforced in Buddhism, where material wealth is seen as a tool to serve others, but, if misused, can become a source of attachment and distraction. By keeping money out of the bedroom, you are detaching yourself from financial worries that may arise, ensuring that the bed space remains sacred and untouched by the complexities of the outside world. The practical advice here is to set aside a specific place, such as a drawer or box in another part of the room, to store money or any item related to finances, away from the resting environment. Many may wonder why these objects, which we use and handle daily, end up interfering so intensely in the resting environment. The answer lies in the type of energy that each of them carries and their practical function in our daily lives. Electronic devices, for example, keep us connected to the outside world and to a constant flow of information and stimuli. Money, on the other hand, is associated with movement, exchange, and energy consumption. When we bring these items to bed, we are combining a peaceful environment with elements that are symbolically active and dynamic. By separating the bed space from these objects, we are consciously caring for the quality of the energy that surrounds our sleep and rest. Imagine the positive impact of sleeping in an environment that reflects tranquility and serenity, without the invisible but constant interferences of daily life. These small changes begin to transform the bedroom environment, allowing it to become, more and more, a refuge of peace and renewal. For many of us, the bed is the place where we process the day, where we find comfort and security. For Buddhist teachings and feng shui, the bed is more than that. It is a space where we can literally revitalize our body and mind. Limiting the use of electronics and keeping money out of the bedroom are not simply rigid rules but practices that transform how we interact with our personal space. By putting this care into practice, we are aligning our physical environment with our intentions of peace and abundance. In the following chapters, we will continue exploring other objects that need to be kept away from the bed to maintain a clean and harmonious sleep environment. The next item we will address is shoes and outdoor items, which bring the energy of the outside world into the bedroom and can have an invisible but powerful impact on the room's energy. Additionally, we will examine the impact of work-related objects in the bedroom and what they represent for our subconscious, as everything we see and touch before sleeping directly affects rest and energy rebalancing. Maintaining the bed as a space free from external influences is not just an organizational practice, but an act of respect for one's own well-being. By surrounding ourselves with an environment that supports rest and peace, we are making a commitment to our health and prosperity. This awareness of the objects around us helps us direct our energies towards what truly matters: our personal development, our tranquility, and our inner strength. Now that we've covered the first items that should never be on the bed, let's move on to more objects that interfere with the positive flow of energy and peace of our resting space. These next items are less obvious but equally powerful in their subtle influence on our well-being. As we explore each one, consider how small changes can make a big difference in the quality of your rest and the harmony of your environment. Shoes, along with other outdoor items, carry with them the energy of external environments. The simple act of walking on the street or other public places already causes shoes to absorb a variety of energetic influences, which often go unnoticed. In the context of feng shui, the bedroom, especially the bed, should be a space of cleanliness and calm, where energy is replenished. When we bring items that accumulate energies from outside into bed, we are creating a mix that can disturb this tranquility and affect the room's balance. Think about it. Every place we visit and every person we interact with contributes to the energetic baggage that we carry. By bringing shoes or outdoor items to bed, we allow this energy from the outside world to interfere with our rest. This is one of the reasons why, in many traditions, The habit of removing shoes when entering the home is valued. Similarly, keeping them out of bed helps preserve the sleep environment as a space free from external influences. The advice here is simple. Leave your shoes and any other outdoor items outside the bedroom or in a specific place, like a closet near the door. Another item that should be avoided on the bed is documents, papers, and other work-related materials. Although it is common to use the bed to study or work, especially in times when many people spend more time at home, this can create mental overload and interfere with our ability to relax. The bed is a place for rest, and when we bring work issues into that space, we are symbolically associating our resting area with obligations, pressures, and demands from the outside world. The connection between work and the sleep environment can leave us restless, as our minds associate the bed with problem-solving and decision-making. In feng shui, the bedroom is considered a sanctuary of peace, and work materials represent the opposite of this energy. Additionally, the very act of touching documents or other work items before bed creates a tension that can be carried over into sleep, reducing the quality of rest and affecting relaxation. Therefore, it is recommended to reserve another space for work to keep the bed solely dedicated to sleep and relaxation. Last but not least, it is essential to avoid bringing food and drinks to bed. Although it may seem convenient to have a quick meal in the bedroom, especially for those who enjoy watching a movie or reading before sleep, eating in bed can have undesirable effects on the room's energy. In Buddhism, the act of eating is seen as a moment of connection with the present and with the source of energy that nourishes the body. When we bring food into a resting space, we are mixing energies that do not necessarily harmonize. Beyond the energetic impact, there is also an issue of hygiene and organization. Food particles, even if tiny, can attract insects and over time, create an unpleasant environment. The presence of food scraps or crumbs can create a sense of disorganization that, even unconsciously, interferes with the tranquility of the space. Furthermore, eating in bed can cause the body to enter a state of alertness, making it harder to relax for sleep. Instead, set aside an appropriate space for meals and allow the bedroom and bed to remain clean and free for energy restoration. Each of these items represents a form of interference in the restorative energy we seek in the bed. Shoes and external items bring with them fragments of all the environments we have passed through. Documents and work materials carry the pressure of the outside world, and food, when brought to the bed, blends into the sleep and rest space, disrupting the environment. In Buddhism, a great emphasis is placed on the separation of spaces and organization to preserve the purity of mind and body. This clear separation between environments helps us find peace and balance more easily. Additionally, the presence of these items in the bedroom, especially on the bed, symbolizes a lack of care and organization in one's personal space, something that, according to feng shui, hinders the attraction of positive and prosperous energies. By keeping the bed and bedroom clean and organized, we send a message of respect and care to ourselves, valuing our well-being and creating an environment that favors rest and tranquility. Keeping the bedroom as a place of peace and as pure as possible is one of the fundamental steps to ensure that rest is deep and rejuvenating. By understanding and applying these teachings, we begin to see the bedroom as a true sanctuary where we can reconnect with our purpose, find mental clarity, and attract positive energies. Removing these objects is not just an organizational practice, but an act of respect and care for one's own physical and mental health. In the following chapters, we will explore the impact of these practices on prosperity and general well-being. Small gestures, such as keeping the sleep environment free from external energies, are part of a broader process of self-compassion and self-care, where each action symbolizes a positive intention that returns to us in the form of peace and harmony. Throughout the previous chapters, we explored the importance of keeping certain objects out of the bed to protect the energy of the environment and promote restorative sleep. But what are the practical benefits of following these teachings? Buddhist wisdom and feng shui teach us that by harmonizing our personal space, we are rewarded with a series of improvements in different aspects of life. From better sleep quality to a greater ability to attract prosperity and well-being, these benefits are felt both immediately and gradually. Let's detail each of them, and then share inspiring stories of people who have experienced positive changes by applying these practices in their lives. One of the first benefits of adopting these practices is a significant improvement in sleep quality. When the bed becomes a space solely dedicated to rest, without the interference of electronics, external objects, or work items, the mind can relax more easily. The absence of distractions and conflicting energies helps the body enter a deep state of relaxation, allowing for more restorative and peaceful sleep. The result is waking up feeling more refreshed, with greater mental clarity and energy to face the day. Studies indicate that sleep quality is directly linked to the environment in which we sleep, and factors such as organization, silence, and cleanliness of the space have a positive impact on physical and mental well-being. These practices are fundamental to ensuring that the mind and body make the most of rest, which is essential for productivity and emotional health. When we keep the bedroom organized and free from objects that carry energies from outside, we are also reducing accumulated daily stress. Every item out of place, especially those related to obligations and responsibilities, acts as an unconscious reminder of tasks and worries. By leaving the bed and bedroom solely for rest, we can temporarily detach from these concerns, reducing stress levels and providing a sense of inner peace. People who have adopted this practice report that organizing the bedroom and removing external objects created a more welcoming environment where they can feel at ease to relax and disconnect. This simple act of caring for personal space translates into a practice of self-care that, even in subtle ways, helps to recharge energy and face daily challenges with greater serenity. One of the most surprising promises of these practices is the ability to attract prosperity and new opportunities into one's life. According to feng shui and Buddhist tradition, an organized and harmonious environment that respects the natural flow of energies becomes more receptive to positive vibrations, facilitating the manifestation of wishes and intentions. In other words, when we take care of the space around us, we are also creating a pathway for abundance to find its way into our lives. This practice of keeping the resting space free from objects that evoke obligations or the outside world not only calms the mind, but also helps to better focus on goals and intentions. Many people who follow this philosophy report noticing improvements in their financial lives, as well as in their relationships and the development of projects. They share that by adopting these practices, they feel more inspired and motivated, with a greater sense of purpose and focus. To understand the real impact of these practices, let's look at a few stories of people who have incorporated these teachings into their routines and noticed significant changes. One such story is that of Carla, a businesswoman who struggled to balance work with rest. She used to bring her laptop and documents to bed, which, she said, left her constantly anxious and suffering from insomnia. After watching a video about the importance of keeping the bedroom as a space for peace and rest, Carla decided to change her habits. Gradually, she noticed her sleep quality improved drastically, and she woke up with more energy and mental clarity. This change allowed Carla to establish a more balanced work routine, and she felt more motivated to expand her business. Another example is Lucas, a student who always kept books and school notes next to his bed. Realizing that his mind was constantly agitated, Lucas decided to follow the advice of treating his room as a sacred resting space and set aside a specific area for his study materials outside the bedroom. After adopting this practice, Lucas began to sleep better and concentrate more on his studies, resulting in a significant improvement in his academic performance. These stories are just a few examples of how small changes in one's environment can create a cycle of positive energies that reverberate into various areas of life. When we adopt practices of respect and care for our personal space, we are showing an intention to thrive and attract new opportunities. This approach of self-care and organization is one of the most effective ways to manifest our desires and connect with our purpose. By applying the teachings we have explored so far, the practice of keeping the resting environment free from external influences becomes more than a simple matter of organization. It represents a commitment to personal transformation. Each change we make in our physical space carries with it a deeper intention to improve essential aspects of life, whether in the emotional realm, physical well-being, prosperity, or mental tranquility. These small acts of caring for our environment are, in truth, reflections of the care we are willing to show ourselves. Following these teachings gives us the opportunity to create a space where calm and focus flourish, helping us face adversity with more resilience. When the bedroom and bed become sanctuaries of peace, we are also strengthening our capacity to handle daily challenges. Having a resting environment free from distractions and disruptive energies allows us to wake each day with a renewed sense of balance, which helps us maintain a more confident and positive outlook throughout the day. More than simply attracting prosperity, these practices awaken in us a feeling of hope and renewal. In Buddhism, the concept of inner peace is intimately linked to the environment we create around us. A harmonious space reflects our desire to find balance, and by organizing the bedroom with intention, we are also strengthening our commitment to personal growth. Small changes like removing work or outdoor items from the bed become concrete steps toward cultivating a life richer in quality, purpose, and joy. The journey of self-transformation begins the moment we decide to care for what surrounds us, demonstrating respect for our own energy and for what we are trying to manifest. As we integrate these teachings into our daily lives, it becomes common to see that the benefits go far beyond the bedroom and the bed. We create a virtuous cycle where every intentional action positively impacts our emotional health, relationships, and the goals we set. Each of these gestures connects with our deeper intention to grow and open ourselves to the opportunities around us. When we reserve the bedroom solely for rest and renewal, we are, in a way, surrendering to the present, releasing what holds us to the past or anxieties about the future. This kind of detachment, letting go of objects that carry external energies, also teaches us to live in the now with greater fullness, which is one of Buddhism's central practices. This presence in the current moment allows us to experience the true meaning of peace and makes us more receptive to the positive changes that may arise. Therefore, taking care of the resting environment is also a way to show gratitude for what we have and to create the necessary conditions for prosperity to flow naturally. By committing ourselves to these practices, we are paving a path for our lives to become more harmonious, balanced, and filled with hope. This small act of self-care sends a message to the universe. We are ready to receive the best it has to offer. We are ready to prosper. Congratulations on making it this far and dedicating this time to yourself. Each of these small adjustments in your resting environment may seem simple, but together, they build a powerful space for renewal and transformation. Remembering that your bedroom and bed are sacred areas, reserved for rest and peace, is an act of self-care, a concrete step toward attracting prosperity and well-being. Imagine the peace that comes from sleeping in a clean, harmonious environment free from any unnecessary energy. Think of how it would feel to start the day with a sense of lightness and mental clarity, knowing that you are taking care of your space so it can take care of you. These teachings are tools for you to connect more deeply with your intentions and create an environment that supports your personal, financial, and emotional growth. When you respect and nurture your space, you are opening a path for positive energies to enter your life and for prosperity to find a home within you. And now, here's a special invitation to reinforce this commitment. If you're ready to unlock prosperity and well-being in your life, comment below. I accept the energy of abundance. This simple gesture is more than just a comment. It's a commitment to your transformation and a signal to the universe that you're willing to make these changes to attract the best energies. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take this moment to join us on this journey. By liking, commenting, and subscribing, you're not only supporting this channel, but also helping to build a community focused on clarity, peace, and abundance. Our goal is to continue bringing practical teachings that support your growth and offer inspiration to transform your space into a sanctuary of prosperity. So, click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to make sure you don't miss any of the upcoming content. Together, let's create a more harmonious life environment filled with positive intentions. Share this video with friends and family who could benefit from these teachings. They too might be surprised by the impact of small changes in their space. Remember, you deserve an environment that supports your goals and intentions. Transform your space, elevate your energy, and watch your life flourish.